Hello, Shaker Heights varsity football fans, and welcome into the press box here at John Carroll University, where Shaker Heights will be taking on the Benedictine Bengals in a D2 versus D3 matchup in Week 5 of the Ohio high school football season. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn, all on the call. Shaker has lost two straight now after losing last week against GCC rival Euclid. It was 14-10 your final there. Benedictine, however, is on a roll. They beat actually a GCC opponent, even though they're not in a GCC. They beat Strongsville in a really good game there. But right now, here we are, John Carroll University, Benedictine just signing a contract to have their home games be right here on the college campus, and it should be a good game with some great scenery. Again, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to send you down to the field as Shaker and their Red Raiders are getting set to get back in the win column. Benedictine out here in the white helmets, and you're going to dark blue jerseys and pants. So you're going to get those light baby blue accents. If you see it on the thumbnail of this stream, you're going to see that baby blue color being just about their main color. You see it on their hockey uniforms that light baby blue is their main color, but for their uniforms, that dark blue is just a lot more prominent. You're going to see it on the field. It matches with the John Carroll logo at midfield, as you see right there, JCU. Here's Andrew Mullen to kick this one off as John Carroll's offense is going to get us started. This one goes out the back of the end zone. It'll take a couple bounces and roll on out. 12 minutes up on the clock, symbolizing the start of quarter number 1. No clock was taken off on the kickoff as well. The Bengals didn't touch it just yet. Benedictine, a school that won the freshman game. Of course, this is how it goes. You get the freshman game on Thursday evening. You're getting the varsity game on Friday night. And then Saturday morning is when you're going to get the JV games. Those are typically at 10 a.m. Again, no time off the clock just yet. Shaker's defense really the holding point, keeping Shaker in these games. They made the Solon game competitive. The defense made that Euclid game competitive. There, a quick throw, that one to number 1, the wide receiver J.J. Baldwin, wide receiver safety duo in his senior year. And even though it was a complete pass, that'll get him just about nothing. And so they'll make it a second down, 10 yards to go, ball at the 20 after the touchback from earlier. Quarter number 1. Start on Shaker's social media pages. We had it advertised at 7 o'clock p.m., but here today it's at 7:30, and Benedictine trying to get off to a quick start. They'll go forward for about 15, maybe a bit more, maybe call it again a 16, but regardless, that is enough for a first down, and that'll give Benedictine some momentum on the ground to get us going. Their starting quarterback here today, number 10, Matt First, junior quarterback, so he's going to be going up against a junior quarterback on the side of Shaker as well. Shaker not still 100% certain of where their confidence lies. Jasir Edie, he tells me, is going to be getting that first quarter, and then Quinn might be getting that second quarter to just really solve who's their number 1 guy. That time an overthrow from Matt First. His intended target was number 9, Tyrell O'Neill. Tight end going deep on the play. You can see him jogging on as a big man wearing blue. And it's not every day you're going to see a tight end going deep as he did right there. And he almost had his guys beat. If First just threw that just a bit more accurate, maybe a bit under, so it wasn't over the head of his receiver, that could have gone for a big gain and give Benedictine even more momentum than they already have. 10:50 left to go here in quarter number 1. We're scoreless so far here on the first drive of the football game. Not getting too ahead of ourselves just yet. And now flags fly, 4 of them in particular. Just one referee with the flag still in his pocket. And it was going to be ruled as a false start. So that'll move him back at another 5 yards. Benedictine's huddle actually moving really far back before they go back up to the line. So it'll be a second down and make it now 15 on the false start penalty. 2 men out wide to the right side, 1 out to the near side. They'll run to the guy number 6, and he makes one guy miss, who's still breaking through, and just as he gets to about the midfield stripe, he is tackled out of bounds. That's their number 1 guy, Jameer Church. They weren't totally sure that was going to be the guy that ran it mainly today. They were wondering if it was going to be Chris Maloney getting majority of the touches. Instead, it is that Church guy who, entering into today, was rushing for 323 yards on the 77 carries. The Maloney kid just had a bit better stats. It was 232 yards for 27 carries and just 1 short of having the same number of touchdowns. And again, that is a large difference in the number of carries. There, a good throw to the near side. That time to number 8, Joey Pumnian. And they're going to roll this one, a gain of too much. 18 yards on the pickup. Threw it to the near side numbers for the catch and just a little bit more of a run. Brought them to where they are now. Ball spotted at the 13. As Shaker's defense needs to start holding them. The safeties back deep are number 2, Miles Shelton, and number 11, Theo Naguski. The sophomore and senior duo taking it up wide for the moment. Naguski comes in. And here's a run up the middle one time. Again, they're going to go to Church. One guy can't get him, Naguski. And now flags are going to fly as he gets inside of the 10. He'll be inside the red zone, but now we're awaiting the call. Initial signs say hold. We're awaiting the confirmation from the guy in the white cap. 9:52 left to go in this first quarter of action. And they're going to roll this one, a face mask on Shaker. So that'll push them up just a lot more than what they had previously got. That'll move them half the distance to the goal line. They were at the 10, now they're at the 5 on a 1st and goal. Great opportunity here for Benedictine to punch it in, as Shaker's offense has really been struggling of late. So getting this early score for Benedictine can make it that much harder, and they punch it in with number 6, their running back, Jameer Church. And the confetti flies over there in the student section. It's not the same kind of student section you'll see from Shaker, as they just have that much bigger of a school. Of course, public versus private game right here. Still, they are keeping it electric here at JCU. Now Benedictine up by 6 with 9:35 left to go, quarter number 1. That was 8. My name is Vaughn. All I'm on the call. We'll be right back. Quick touchdown drive, 2 minutes, 25 seconds off the clock, gets them the first 7 of the game. Shaker quickly down by 7, but they will get their chance to respond. Kickoff taken from the 25. Not sure if there was a penalty assessed, or they just want to take it that far back. It's typically not where you see it from. But we're getting set. Mighton with the run up. And a solid kick at first. But now Cornell Beard going to take it. Fumbled it for a moment there. He'll bring it past the 40. And is brought down. Getting some claps from the home supporters. So, it's starting position for Shaker. Up past the 40. 1 first down, and they're already past midfield. We'll see if they get that luxury, as it's going to be the Shaker offense coming out, and they have a lot of work to do. And over that last week, after that loss to Euclid, there was a lot of fingers pointed at this Shaker offense, and specifically number 10, Jasir Eady, who has struggled through the air so far. And we just got to see what he's got in him under the bright lights of John Carroll University. Cornell Beard behind him in the backfield, and he's going to get the first carry, carrying it to the near side. One spin move, and he'll make it about 3 yards on the gain. Maybe mark him a little bit less. Ooh, only give him 2 yards. Feels a little bit generous to the home crowd. 9:10 left to go here in this first quarter. Clock continuing to tick on down after the run. It's going to be a 2nd down and 8. Beard now standing as a receiver, but now he's going to join Jasir Eady in the backfield to his right, that near side. 3 receivers out to the left side, 1 near side. Here's a quarterback keeper, and Jasir Eady going to lose yards on the run forward. Couldn't make his way back to the original line of scrimmage even. This is going to be a loss of 3, so mark it a 3rd down, 11 yards to go. And quickly, Eady under pressure to throw it. I'll be interested to see what head coach Nicholson gives. Again, we expect to see Quinn Malone more than usual in today's game. But for now, we're waiting to see Jasir Eady does this quarterback. Here's the snap. Jasir Eady going to drop back. The right-handed quarterback now just going to take off and run for it. He gets 1 block, and now he'll take it out of bounds. Do you go for it here? They're going to rule this one short by 4 yards, and out will come the punt unit. It's going to be Lucas White, the junior, to punt it away, wearing number 88, jogging his way to the 32-yard line. Now he'll back up 1 extra one to the 31. 8:01 left to go here, quarter number 1. Shakers offense, another 3 and out. We've seen it so many times this season. Once more here as we open up the game on the offensive side of Shaker. Lucas White gets the snap. And here's the punt, sky high. One Red Raider runs out of bounds, and now eventually the ball will as well. One guy to end up out of bounds for Shaker, that was number 36, Keon Staten, the sophomore. Only a 15-yard punt. It's worse starting field position for Benedictine than Shaker's last drive, but we saw Benedictine in that first offensive drive. They are able to move it down all the way back from the 20, and here they are, starting field position back at the 38-yard line. .752 left to go, quarter number 1. Shaker needs to generate some pressure. See if they can get some on him just yet. This time it's a Wildcat to the near side, and already a 1st down and some more. Past midfield, more than Shaker could do. Already, it's going to be ruled as a 20-yard run. And Shaker's defense needs to get these jitters out quick. If Benedictine continues to march down the field, Shaker already down by 2 touchdowns. And they can't have that happen if they really do want to win this game. Mark it just short of 20 yards. Ball spotted at the 44. Quarterback back in the backfield. No more tricky Wildcats to deal with. And here's a run up the middle. He'll get wrapped up quickly. He'll get a gain of about 2. It's going to be Jameer Church to carry the ball once more. Again, that guy wearing number 6, who's handled a lot of the running so far this season. Church leads the team in individual touchdowns. 4 touchdowns, 24 points. 6 per touchdown. .650 left to go here in this first quarter. Clock continues to stay down after the run. Down and 8 to go. Church into motion to the right side, and now we're going to get flags flying from the near side referee. Rule it a false start. And the referee does confirm it there at the midfield logo. 6:37 left to go. 5-yard penalty. It'll remain second down. I'm pushing back 5 yards. Second down, 13 yards to go. 6:30 left to go here in this first quarter. First stands on the near side hash mark. One man in motion from the left side of the line to the right side. That's Spikes. Here's the quick throw to the near side. Makes one man miss. Cuts to the inside. And he'll get pushed over the first down marker. First down, Bengals. My goodness. His offense is full of tough players, and we're seeing it early. Church doesn't go down on first contact. You saw it right there on the reception, and a lot of RAC, that run after catch stat, has already come in clutch for them so much as we are now halfway through this first quarter of action. Benedictine winning 7-0. Looking to make it 14-0 if they can. Shaker's defense needs to lock up here on a new set of downs. Here's a near side throw, and quickly they'll get another solid gain. That time to Joey Pomnian, the senior wide receiver. 5:30 to go in this first quarter. Pretty weather. Luckily, we haven't had too much rain just overall ever since that Solon game where Shaker lost 22-21. That was an ugly game in every aspect. It was an ugly game on the ground, through the air, and through the weather. Mother Nature was not having Shaker football take a win away, and, well, she succeeded. And tripped up right before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Jameer Church went down. Looked like there was some rain on that slip-up. Less than 5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Shaker down 7-0 as they had a 3-and-out in their, so far, one drive on offense. Benedictine just will not quit. It'll be a 3rd down, 2 yards to go after the slip-up. Jameer Church in the backfield. And here's the handoff up the middle. Looks like he'll get that first down. Shaker pushes him back, but it looks like the referees are going to mark him forward and indeed move the sticks. Just outside of the red zone, call it at the 20 and a half. So it's a 1st down and 10. Great opportunity for Benedictine to strike some more. And even if they get held up here, or Andy Benincasa, the senior, in lacrosse, and you see him on the hockey as well, both varsity squads as well, hustling off the field. Not typically someone you see come out, especially here on a 2nd down and 6. 3:15 to go, clock continues to roll. 6 yards to go if they want the first down. Here's a run to the right side. Jameer Church gets great blocks, and he'll make his way into the corner of the end zone. The confetti flies once more from the home student section, and it's suddenly, in the blink of an eye, 13-0, Benedictine leading. And out comes the PAT man to make it 14. Shaker is under pressure quickly, and we will see what their offense is able to do in this next offensive drive, but we got to hold off as they get the 14th point. Or no, not yet. They're going to go for 2 here, it seems. And why not? Their offense is rolling. What are they looking to do here? It's going to be a Wildcat formation once more. And it goes to the man number 4, Jonathan Spikes. And he takes it in from the left side of the line, this near side. And they are making it look easy. We're going to step aside. Shaker already down 15-0 with 3:04 remaining in this first quarter. We'll be right back. And we're back to it. Benedictine now up by 15 after they got another touchdown. And why not? Their offense is rolling. They went for 2. And now here we are. Shaker's offense really needs to get going now. The kickoff picked up around the 10. And, man, if Cornell Beard had it, that man was bolting up to the midfield logo. Not sure why. He was in front of his man so much. But regardless, the man that picked it up, that was number 3, Darius Coleman, the junior, bringing it out to the 30-yard line exactly. So, 2 minutes, 57 seconds left in quarter number 1. Coming out to lead the offense once again, Jasir Eady, who had one chance to sling it, but actually took it as a run and was short by, I believe, about 4 yards, causing a 3 and out. Here's Jasir Eady. They're going to trust him to sling it early, and that time it was number 9. That was all close to a PI call. The defender ran right into him. The intended target, number 9, Cameron Jackson, who didn't get a lot of snaps early in the season. I believe he was a bit banged up, but now they're needing him now that Trey McNutt is out with a high ankle sprain. And we wish him the best. You can see him over there on the sideline in crutches. That's their D1 5-star safety committed to Oregon over the offseason. That was on August 3rd. Here's the run up the middle. They were limited to only a couple. But the 5-star recruit, now that he's out, I mean, your team is going to suffer on defense and offense. He's always out there. He's the go-to receiver, and he's your number 1 safety in the country. And now he's out on the sideline, banged up. Very well might be for the rest of the season. You can imagine that they would try to keep him safe, considering he's got some expectations. That was a false start and a half. That time from number 84, Lyndon Chavis. And the junior receiver is going to get Shaker pushed back another 5, as if they already weren't having a tough time moving forward. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Shaker's offense not having it easy. Doesn't seem like they've had an easy, consistent drive in a few weeks now. Here's Jasir Eady running out of the pocket. He'll sling it, and it's picked by the Benedictine guy, Pomnion. And look at that. It's all Benedictine so far. They're already up 15, but they take the ball back off the pick. And where will they spot the ball? They'll spot it at the 42, just 42 yards away from another 7. But knowing the way they just went last drive, maybe another 8. I mean, my goodness. All Bengals football so far. And you can see Shaker knows what kind of situation they're in. They're standing there without any type of energy in their stance. They're not talking to each other. They are in silence, looking forward to their opponent, who might be pushing them back here. 1 minute 49 left to go in this first quarter. First, to the near side, he finds his receiver, number 1, J.J. Baldwin, and he is short of the first down by about 4 yards. Ooh, looks like they're going to push him back even further, maybe. We'll see where they officially mark him. Regardless, it'll be a second down, and now they rule it 4 yards to go. Again, Shaker already down 15. Benedictine looking to make it a 3-possession game with now 80 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Oh, now they rule it as 5 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 37. They're halfway there after one play. And knowing Benedictine's offensive efficiency so far, they're going to be able to get a first down quickly. Can Shaker's defense slow down the momentum here? First, sends one guy in motion from the left side of the line to the right, and now it's a run to Church up the middle, and eventually he's tripped up by one man. And we'll see, should be short by only a yard. but it'll hold them off from a new set of downs. Another thing is this Shaker defense is hurting in another way as well. Again, they lost their #1 safety in the nation, Trey McNutt, but they're also down their other D1 offered, number 53, Douglas Hostin. 20 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. They're going with some sort of tush push, and my goodness, that's more of a push. That got them plenty of yards, just about 6 yards on the push. Penalty markers did fly on the play. Tackle made by Isaac Smith, I do believe. And looks like they're going to roll this one a face mask, but it's on the offensive side. Benedictine getting the personal foul call. 9 seconds are left on this first quarter clock. Shaker down 15-0. And that'll push him back plenty. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty from spot of the foul, so it'll push him back to the 40. And this changes the drive. It'll make it a 3rd down and 8, but the clock rolls down to 0 on this first quarter. Shaker down by 15 early, and they are yet to get anything going on offense. They already threw 1 pick. And we'll see. Will we get Quinn Malone here in the second? Are the rumors true? And is Jasir Eady a credible source of information? We're about to find out on the next offensive drive. Shaker just needs to get him off the field. But for now, they're going to flip sides here at John Carroll University's Don Shula Stadium. We'll be right back. Vaughn Ullum on the mic. So now that we've flipped sides, it's going to be Benedictine moving from the left side of your screen to the right. And they got to go 8 more yards to the right for the first down. Let's see what First and his offense can do. There's only 1 near side receiver. There's 3 pushed up against the number 4. As First stands on the left hash mark. He'll take the snap. He's looking to throw it. He's got a man wide open. And that's number 1. That's Jace Baldwin, or JJ, as he's typically called, and another making it look easy, first down for Benedictine. In total yards, Shaker was only able to get 10. On the other hand, in that first quarter, Benedictine to 150. And, well, if you're Shaker, that stat is brutal. The time of possession, also a brutal stat. Benedictine, 9 minutes, 4 seconds. Shaker, do the math, 2 minutes, 56 seconds. And, I mean, on the run, where typically Cornell Beard is going to shine most, he's been limited to 10 yards in 4 carries. That's, what, 2.5 per carry? For Benedictine, on the other hand, 11 carries, 102. That's a little over 9 yards per carry. I mean, just a totally different offense from each side of the ball. Shaker yet to complete a pass. Benedictine 5 for 6 for 48 yards. I mean, Shaker's defense needs to try to get some momentum into the offense, because the offense still without a first down. Shaker letting Benedictine so far get 7. Or 8 now. Looking for 9 right here. Low to the ground catch because of a low to the ground throw. The catch was made from number 8, Pomnian. So Shaker down 15, but Benedictine, there is no sign of stopping them just yet. It was Max Resnick, the sophomore, to bring the receiver down eventually, but again, they just continue to get solid yards every single play. The only times they've really gone backwards were from penalties. Here's a run to the inside. It goes to Church. Church has a man blocking, and he's in the end zone. Again, in the blink of an eye, they throw up another touchdown on the board. Suddenly, they are up 21-0. It is all blue right now. Shaker and their Red Raiders show no signs of stopping the offense, and so far, no offensive production. And keep in mind, this is their backup guy, Jameer Church. He wasn't supposed to be the starting guy, but here he is putting up these numbers, and so far adding touchdown number 5 and adding touchdown number 6 already. Scratch that, he also got touchdown 7. It's all running. One more touchdown for Church, and he's already doubled his season stats and touchdowns. I mean, what does Shaker do next? Their kick unit comes out now. I mean, who's going to be their quarterback for this drive as well? We're about to find out. Quinn Malone is the quarterback standing nearest to head coach Alex Nicholson. Jasir Eady standing a bit behind Malone, so for now, we'll assume it's number 12, Quinn Malone. Maybe he can give some life to this Shaker offense, but right now, no signs of stopping if you're Benedictine. Mighton, the kicker, wearing number 31. An odd little kick taken in at around the 25. Shaker just going to flop on down to the turf, get their offense out. And indeed, we're going to see the left-handed quarterback, number 12, Quinn Malone. So Quinn Malone going to be the leader of the offense now after 3 poor drives from the offense led by Jasir Eady. What can Quinn Malone do? 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side right. Quinn Malone, left-handed quarterback, already under pressure, and it's a poor throw, misplaced right into the Benedictine sideline. Well, not much to say about Quinn Malone. He's had a couple drives so far throughout these first 4 weeks. We saw him on 1 drive. It was 1 play last week against Euclid. It came after a Jasir Eady pick 6. Quinn Malone comes in. First play, throws an interception. So here he is, quarterback keep. Under pressure, he's taken down. His offense continues to struggle. 10.5 left to go in quarter number 2. Quinn Malone already feeling the heat of the Benedictine defense. 2 guys come on, 2 guys come off. Well, now you got to trust in Malone to throw it if you want to pick up the first down when you got 12 yards to go to the sticks. Beard remains in the backfield with him. And now Malone going to take a deep shot, and I can just assume that was some miscommunication, and a defensive back got the ball as well, as that one was wide open for number 1, J.J. Baldwin, the wide receiver safety duo. We've seen him make plays on the offensive side. There you go. The safety making the play on the defensive side. Holy cow, it is all Benedictine. So Shaker still yet to get a completion. Benedictine, on the other hand, already got 5 in that first quarter. And for those 5, they got 48 yards. Again, it's all Benedictine right now. Faking the give, play action pass. They're looking to go on a deep shot. Brian Mitchell had him all the way, but number 5, Luke Carlton, just beats him out somehow. Brian Mitchell was running him down, and he was sticking right by him. But nope, he's beat out. Number 5, Luke Carlton, just gets the better of him, the junior beating the senior. And Benedictine keeps on moving it forward while they're already up 22. Ball spotted at the 23. They're creeping into the red zone. And here's a run to Jameer Charles, and he'll make his way into the red zone, and he'll just keep on fighting. Shaker, we've seen it in practices all throughout the offseason and actually into the season that wrapping up and finishing a tackle has been the hardest thing for this defense. We've heard coaches really express to their players that, well, that's the most important thing a defense can do is tackle. Number 6, Jameer Church, lighting up the score sheet so far. And again, if he gets one more touchdown, he has already doubled his touchdown totals for the last 4 games of the season. We'll see. Do they give it right back to him? No, they're going to throw it, try to diversify their touchdown. Oh, it's incomplete. It's popped out. First, we all thought it was caught by number 18, Smith. On the coverage that time was Brian Mitchell. He might have gotten beat earlier by number 5, Luke Carlton, but now up against a new guy in Smith. Mitchell is able to win, but just barely, as it was first going to the back of the end zone into that back right corner. I guess the pressure of the out-of-bounds line just got to him a little bit. 8:41 left to go in this second quarter of action. Faking the give. Here's the dump-off throw. That time to number 4, Jonathan Spikes. Shaker's defense starting to wrap up a little bit better. It was Brian Mitchell once again on the defensive stop. They are targeting that senior wearing number 4. The clock continues to roll after the completed catch. Might not have been a first down, but so what? 3 yards on the pickup, 7 to go on the third down. Ball spotted at the 9, so it's not first and goal yet. But my goodness, they are close. See what goes on here first. Sends Church in motion to the left side. He's going to throw it. And it's dropped by the receiver. Referee with a terrible thing to see from the receiver, waving his arms, showing incomplete. And it looks like they're going to go for the easy field goal chip shot from here. It's still going to move it to a 4-possession game. So not exactly the worst decision by the head coach, playing it smart. It's going to be Mighton on the kick. It's going to be taken from the 15, 16-yard line. Here it comes, and oh, it is wide to the left. And so Mighton, he might have the elevation under the kick that we've seen from the PATs so far, but the field goal is no such luck. So Shaker, with 7:50 left to go here in quarter number 2, they are in trouble. We'll be right back as the kick teams come on out. Excuse me, kick team's not coming back out. Missed field goal. Brings the ball right to where it was kicked from. And so here it is. They call this one spotted at the 20. It's going to be Quinn Malone back out there leading the offense. A pitch over to Cornell Beard on the far side. Interesting decision. Just the short side as they were up against that far hash mark as well. But now they're only going to get a pickup of 1 yard, if even. Maybe call it more of half of a yard. Regardless, it's not a first down, and that's what really matters. Second down and long. You got to start going to the air and trying to threaten them deep, but already 2 interceptions, 1 by each quarterback, and the lefty going to throw a dump off over Cornell Beard. He'll make one man miss. He'll make his way past the 30, tiptoeing down the sideline, and he is bolting. It's a foot race, but no one is catching him. 10-5 touchdown. That'll always help your stats if you're Cornell Beard. 79 yards on the touchdown carry. Throw up the first points of the game for Shaker's offense, and that's why they've been leaning on Cornell Beard lately. Tiptoeing down the sideline, and from there, no one was catching him. No blue jerseys followed him until you got to, I believe, 4 other Red Raiders were behind him, but no Bengals were close to making the play on him. They kick up the 7th point, and we're going to step aside as we get the kick teams out there to get the job done on special teams. 7 minutes left to go here in quarter number 2. Shaker now with a little bit of momentum after the long running touchdown. Well, a 79-yard passing touchdown. Excuse me, I know I said rushing. But the reason I said rushing is because it was all Cornell Beard. 0 yards on the pass to him. And after that, it was all his fancy footwork and the broken tackles that got him the Blue Streaks end zone. Of course, here we are, John Carroll University. And 7 minutes left to go. Shaker with the kickoff. Taken around the 10-yard line, and quickly, Benedictine is right back to it. The one man to beat is Andrew Mullen, and the kickoff return touchdown is completed. Momentum for Shaker has been short-lived. As short-lived as it gets. Benedictine right back into the score sheet. As they throw up 6, they're back on top by over 20. Right now it's 21. An extra point here is going to make it 22. Wow. Great blocking by Benedictine opened up a huge gap between the hash marks. And eventually taking it to the far sideline was the return man. And we're back to saying this game is all Benedictine momentum. Can you believe it? 6:47 left to go in this first half. So what does that mean? Only 13 seconds were taken off as Benedictine had the ball. When I say this game has been one-sided, I mean it. I mean, momentum went to Shaker for, forget about game clock. It was only with Shaker for about 2 minutes, maybe. Again, only 13 seconds of the game clock. And now here we are, 6:47 to go in the first half. Quinn Malone has a passing touchdown. Wasn't really the work that got it to be a touchdown. Again, it was really all Cornell Beard that was the man of the hour, or again, the man of the 2 minutes. But at least that gave Shaker's offense some juice and hopefully, ironically, hopefully some hope if they can just keep this scoring coming. And maybe this shows head coach Nicholson, you got to rely on number 15, Cornell Beard. Shaker currently with only 11 total plays on offense. Benedictine, on the other hand, has that more than doubled. They've got 23. Shaker down by 22 as they were moments ago. Mighton running up from the 35 to kick it at the 40. This one's sky high. Who's going to take it? It'll be taken from the 10-yard line. And eventually, it'll be Cornell Beard continuing to move forward, backing up into the defense as they're just trying to bring him down. And looks like he went down around the 30. And indeed, that should be where they mark it. If not, I think they could mark him a little bit short, but I'd be a bit surprised. Nope, here we come. Referees back it up to the 30-yard line. Shaker down 22. Looking to keep momentum for a little bit of time. Cornell Beard in the backfield with Quinn Malone. Those were the two pieces that brought Shaker their only touchdown so far. The good thing for Shaker is that it was their last drive. And here's the quarterback keeper, the dump-off pass. It'll go to Lyndon Chavis, and it'll be a pickup of just about nothing as the pass is complete, so that'll help Quinn Malone's numbers in that regard, but it won't hurt or help in the yards department. Six minutes, 10 seconds remain as it's going to be a second down in 10 for Malone, who stands on the near side hash mark. Lyndon Chavis jumping for joy, trying to get the attention of the coaches on the sideline. Here's Quinn Malone. He snaps the ball, throw over the head of his man. The pass was intended for number 22, Kevin Lowry, but the junior receiver, he had no chance of picking that one up as that was very much over his head, I believe, over to his right as well. So Quinn Malone just needs to build up this accuracy and maybe just needs to build up some confidence. The difference between him and Edie is he hasn't had many drives where Edie has been able to feel this kind of pressure already. Well, I don't know what happened there. I mean, number 9, Cameron Jackson jumped. Lyndon Chavis jumped. So both receivers are bringing Shaker back 5 yards from a false start. Less than 6 minutes to go. Less than 6 minutes to go here in this first half of action. Shaker on, I believe, every single one of their third downs have had a 3rd and long. And here's another one. Snap taken by Quinn Malone. Dump throw on a slant route to number 81, Brian Fleshman. He was throwing that knowing that he would not get the first down, even if his man caught it. I mean, he was, 2 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. And he needed 15 to get the first down. So that'll bring up a 4th and 15. The punter, Lucas White, stands at the 10-yard line. His last only went for 15 yards. We'll see how he can split the field now. Shaker on offense. Their run game has really been carrying them for that one touchdown at least. Through the air, only 2 for 8 in passing. And now we're going to get flagged right as the ball is snapped. We'll see what the referees say. And it's going to be another false start on Shaker. Both teams have had false starts. But my goodness, Shaker, when something's going wrong, continues to get worse. They are going the wrong way. Planes, trains, and automobiles are going the wrong way. Here's another sky-high punt. This time it's going to get a lot more yardage on it. It was number 1, Baldwin, to call the fair catch. He's within the 45 in the midfield stripe, getting set for Matt First to get another series of first downs and take them to maybe a 30-point deficit between Benedictine and Shaker. We'll see if they go for 2. Might not be the worst idea, I believe. Running clock goes somewhere around that 30-point deficit. And here's another Wildcat. Benedictine's been doing this a lot. Run to the near side, and they are going to get another first down. These trick plays just continue to catch Shaker off guard. And it's interesting. You know it's not the quarterback in the backfield. You know that's their running back that's going to be running it. But it continues to fool this Shaker defense. So another first down for Benedictine and these Bengals, who are 3-1, looking for 4-1, and that's already such an improvement on where they were last season. They finished the year 4-7 with a win here, the same win total. Here's a deep shot over the shoulder and out of the hands of the intended target downfield. It was that number 1, Jace Baldwin. Right off the fingertips, it'll hit the turf, incomplete. And, well, one of a very few incompletions, it seems, for this Benedictine squad. Shaker has had plenty. Only the 3rd incompletion for the Bengals. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Shaker losing 29-7. Once again, they're going to have Church in the backfield, and they're going to run it to him to the near side. He's tripped up, stays up, and we'll see. Do they mark this one a first down? Initially, they're showing that he's about a yard short. We'll see if they stick to it. I believe they will. If so, it's going to be a 3rd down, and again, just about a yard. And indeed, maybe call it a yard and a half if you want to get specific. They tried a bit of a tush-push earlier. Now here's Jameer Church, and he'll be getting the first down and then some. Why not go for about 9 yards? While you're at it, this Shaker defense really is struggling to contain this Benedictine offense, and it has been nonstop. Well, the coaches decided before this game, and again, this is what Jasir Eady told me, that at the quarterback position, they were going to give one man the first quarter, one man the second quarter. So the question is, who performed better? One guy got the touchdown, but Jasir Eady really did have the better passes, though none of them were exactly phenomenal or game-changing. It seems that he's just had the better arm, and leaving him in just might give him a little bit of a momentum boost, make him feel like his coach has still got the confidence in him. Or we'll see. This game already a little bit out of hand. Shaker down by 22 with another score. Could get a little bit more one-sided over to Benedictine. Here's the throw. And will they rule this one a catch? Indeed, dragging the toes on the near sideline. It was to number 5, Luke Carlton. I mean, it won't be enough for the first down, but once again, another great catch, throw-in catch. First has been completely accurate, it seems, through the air. He's had a couple overthrows. We saw that one off the fingertips moments ago. Some people would argue that is a very catchable ball. If it's in your fingertips, should be a catch, but That was a little bit misplaced. There is a phenomenal push forward, and that's just a show of strength and a show that Benedictine has really just taken this game by storm in every way of the game. Through the air, through the ground, or on the ground, I should say. And right now, they're just showing that they are stronger and they just want it more here at their home stadium, here at the Don Shula Stadium of John Carroll University. I mean, a 10-yard tush push, getting a first down, and now bringing them into a first and goal situation. What is first going to do here? It's bunch formation. Faking the run, rolls out to the near side, out of the pocket, and a perfect throw, just a little bit over the head of their guy, Joey Pumnian. And so they are up now by 28 points. And what are they going to do here? They're just going to take a PAT. Again, we saw that 2-point conversion earlier. Now they're going to go for a PAT. 2 minutes, 59 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's the PAT. Snap, hold, the kick is up, and Shakers' offense that held them back from a victory tonight, it's both sides of the ball. And so we're going to step aside. 3 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. My name's Vaughn Ullum on the call from John Carroll University. All right, as mentioned, 3 minutes left to go here in half number one, and for Shaker, that just might be a good thing. They are losing now by 29 points. That is a 4-possession game. And even though Shaker's fan sections are honestly quite filled in, that right there on a fumble on the kick return, that's why we're seeing this game go one-sided to the home team. I mean, Shaker on both sides of the ball have struggled today. It has been on the offense. Both quarterbacks have been in. On one of them is not the clear choice just yet. Hopefully by their senior season, maybe a definitive answer, or maybe there can be a definitive answer. Considering he's got the most experience under the bright lights. But here's Quinn Malone on what could be his final drive of the game. Here's the run to Cornell Beard. He makes one man miss. Why not another? And as well past midfield and up 5. This is why you run it. Again, neither quarterback has been consistent. Your running back, Cornell Beard, continues to make the plays like that, turning into some Marquise Davis, as we see from Cleveland Heights. I mean, this guy should be getting D1 offers, just like the other guys. However, all the other D1 offered players on this team are injured. As mentioned, Trey McNutt, as mentioned, Douglas Hostins. Here's a throw off the hands of number 84, Lyndon Chavis. And Shaker just cannot catch a break. And I mean, the throw was fine. It was to the open man. It was a great read. His man was wide open. Didn't hit him in stride exactly, but that was on the receiver. I don't think that, again, might not have hit him in stride, but if that's in your hands like that was there, you need to have it. and you need to get that first down. Here's Quinn Malone rolling out to the far side. Now under pressure, he's going to get rid of it. As if he had held on to it, that would have been a loss of too many. And now we're going to get a flag down after the play. We're awaiting some signals from the referees. Got a 5-man crew out here. One in the white cap should be the man who announced it. And I believe it's going to be an intentional grounding, says the initial motions. And now we're going to get the official motion. There you go, intentional grounding. Shaker going to lose plenty of yards now. And now they're going to be in a situation where they're kind of forced to throw it. It's another 3rd and long if you haven't seen enough from the Shaker offense already. Another 3rd and long. I don't think Shaker has really picked up a 3rd and long yet. You only have 1 first down, and that wasn't one of them. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Quinn Malone looking to air it out. Here's the throw, and if anything, it was to the Benedictine man, number 8, Joey Mumnian. But luckily for Quinn Malone, and this isn't what you should exactly be hoping for, it was over the head of the defender. You're typically hoping that it's in the hands of your receiver. But again, just the quarterback situation, just very, very unfortunate. If you are coming out of an Abdullah Ahmad era where he was your starter for 2 years straight, where he broke records, and now here we are, 2 juniors fighting for the same spot where they have both struggled. There is no clear outlier among them. Lucas White, the man to punt it away. He stands at the 30-yard line. The ball going to be snapped from around the 45, and here's the punt, and that's his best punt so far. And it bounces back inside. It'll get through the 20 and be touched up right around the 15, just in front of it. So under 2 minutes now as Shaker's defense coming back out. And they have only stopped Benedictine once. And that was on a missed field goal that really shouldn't have been missed. It was a chip shot taken from the 15-yard line. But it was. And that is what Shaker is going to be riding on as their one time that they have stopped Benedictine's offense. And, well, that is not good. That is not a winning recipe. Shaker down 29. Benedictine looking for more here in the final 2 minutes of this first half. Let's see what they've got in him first. Drops back in the pocket. He's got plenty of time. On the slant, he finds his man. Bobbled it for a second, but ends up finally getting it. And finally, a swarm of Red Raiders going to get to the receiver. And it's too much. A gain of maybe 1. Maybe 2.5 if you want to get a little generous. They're going to officially mark it 2nd down and 8. Again, a lot of time back there. And a good read, just a little bit over the head of Jace J.J. Baldwin, right off of the fingertips. We saw that earlier as well on a throw over the head of his receiver. That time, once again, it's going to be an incompletion. Can Shaker's defense get the job done? It's a 3rd down and 8. Can Shaker get a little bit of momentum on the defensive side of the ball? Going into the locker room, they can say, we stopped them on that last drive. We'll see. 3rd and 8. And now it looks like we're going to get a whistle. That's going to be a timeout taken by Benedictine. So we're going to step aside. 81 seconds remaining here in this first half. Shaker losing by 29. Trying to get an opportunity to get one more offensive drive in this first half. We'll be right back. 81 seconds remaining here in this second quarter. Man in motion from the top of your screen to the bottom. And now it looks like we're going to have another timeout. So why not step aside once more? 0 time expiring off the clock. Shaker down by 29 here at the Don Shula Stadium in University Heights. Shaker down 29, 36-7 is your score here at the John Carroll University football field, Don Shula Stadium. They're going to the air here. Good read, and once again off the hands of J.J. Baldwin, really the number one guy for First so far. Matthew First, that junior starting quarterback, and he has proven himself here tonight. But that time, the receiver, Baldwin, just not able to bring it down. There are penalty markers down. And it looks as though it was a holding on Benedictine that's going to be declined. And at first, everyone in the stadium thought that it had been accepted because Benedictine had moved way back into the 10-yard line. But now, after they get the confirmation that that penalty has been declined, as it should be, we're going to get the punt team out there for the first time for Benedictine. Again, the one other time that Shaker stopped them was on a missed field goal. Here's a solid punt. It'll be just short of midfield as it takes a bounce. And now it'll be touched up around the 46. So best starting field position of the night for Shaker. They don't have a lot of time to convert, however. It's going to be 65 seconds left on the clock. And who do they bring out? It should be Quinn Malone leading the drive. And he's out there in the huddle, standing at the 50-yard line at the top of your screen, just up from the JCU midfield logo. Shaker down 29 with a score here. They can move it back to a 3-possession game, which, of course, it's not ideal to be in that situation in the first place, but they're just trying to work out of the jam and get a little bit of energy as they make their way to the locker room and the band gets going. So stick around as well. I don't think we're going to have great audio quality. I think we might need to remain muted as we're in the press box, but you'll be able to see the marching band here at the stadium. Here's a throw in the intended receiver was Cameron Jackson. He was double covered by 2 navy blue jerseys. Dangerous read. And it was almost intercepted. But regardless, Cameron Jackson, the intended receiver, wearing number 9. Trey McNutt, remember, out for the high ankle sprain. And that's typically the guy that you're going to be seeing beating these defensive backs by a long shot. And here's another huge throw way over the head of the intended receiver, Brian Fleshman. And there is a flag down thrown from the midfield referee. And now, number 1, Jace Baldwin is going to be taken down. Felt like a little bit of a late hit from Cornell Beard, but the referee isn't going to call anything. We'll see what the referee rules, as now we're going to get a flag flying once again, even though the conflict is completely broken up. 41 seconds on the scoreboard. The penalty might be on Benedictine for unsportsmanlike. We're still yet to find out for sure. Referee's still talking things over. Benedictine coach is yelling back at their players to stand back. And it was an illegal block in the back on Benedictine. Then there's a taunting on Benedictine. But it'll still be, regardless, since that was all after the pick, it'll still be a first down for Benedictine. They're traveling to the left side of the screen to the right. It has not been a pretty first half if you're Shaker. Defense and offense. 2 picks for Quinn Malone, 1 for Jasir Eady. And only 7 points to show up on offense. And funny enough, at this rate, if Shaker had produced like this on offense, they would have gone to overtime with Euclid. Right now, they're looking like they're just going to knee this one down and take it to halftime, content with a 29-point lead. And indeed they will. So we're going to step aside as the clock will expire. The student sections go to get their concessions. And the marching bands, again, they're going to head on to your screen. Don't believe we're going to get any good audio up here at the Don Shula Stadium press box. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum. I'll be back in front of the camera right as we come back from the halftime break. And we've got a lot to talk about. Shaker down by 29. Vaughn Ullum on the commentary here for you tonight. Hello, Shaker Heights varsity football fans, and welcome back into the Don Shula Stadium here at John Carroll University, where Shaker is having a rough one. They are down by 29, 36-7 here on the road. Only their second road game of the season. They've only got 4 this season, then 6 at the Russell H. Rupp Stadium. This one's taken in at around the 20, moved up just short of the 30. We'll see where they officially mark it. 4 seconds off the clock, 11:56 to go here in quarter number 3. It's a 29-point deficit. You need 30 points of a deficit to bring it to running clock by the OHSAA rulebook. When it's a 30-point game, they just continue to run that clock no matter what. If it's an incompletion, the clock runs. If it's a completion, the clock, well, it'll run either way, but you get what I'm saying. 2 receivers come to the near side. One is far side to the right. Jasir Edie is back. He started us off here today, and he's going to start this drive off by handing it off to his running back, number 15, Cornell Beard. So Shaker, if they want to get back into this game, they have got to score on this drive. If not, boom, a 30-point deficit, running clock, advantage, Benedictine Bengals. So here we are. Actually, Shaker higher up by division. They're winning divisions in that regard. They're in Division 2, Benedictine, the smaller private school, in Division 3. That time completed pass from Jasir Edie. His first completed pass goes to Miles Shelton, number 2, the receiver on the far sideline. You see him at the top of your screen. And now we're going to have 2 receivers wide of each side of the line. Jasir Edie, low snap, he recovers. He'll hand this one off. Cornell Beard fighting for yardage. He's still going to be short. What do you do at this point? Do you just go for it? I think head coach Nicholson just might on a 4-3 punt unit. For a minute there was question. Are they just going to leave him out? 4th down and 3. You're down 29 already. You just leave him out there. But nope, another 3 and out for the Shaker offense, and it'll go under Jasir Edie's stats. He had a completion, just not for enough. And this one is picked up at the 42, past midfield we go. So Lucas White still doing his job, doing it pretty well. He had a poor 15-yard punt to start off his night, but now he's grown into this game, and he's grown with his punts. 10:16 to go in quarter number 3. Again, one more score, and we go to running clock. Your stats for the half, Shaker's offense, 6.28 yards per carry, while on the other side, Benedictine, exactly 10 yards per carry. They had 17 carries for 170 yards. Through the air, Shaker was only 2 for 11, while Benedictine, and you're probably going to see them get right back to it, they were 11 for 17, 10 yards per completion. And already back to the ground with Jameer Church, and he has been running it well up the middle. Between the hash marks, he has found a lot of success once again there. You're going to see him break open for a pretty solid gain, that time about 7, bringing up a 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Again, Shaker down 36-7 here on the road. John Carroll University is where this one is held, as we got that contract going to Benedictine to get their home games here at the Don Shula Stadium for a couple years to come. Here's the pitch off to the near side. Shaker was not ready for it. A lot of room to run for their running back number 3, Antonio Hobbs. The ball carrier stands a lot shorter than the remainder of the guys out there on the field, but regardless, he's getting the carry, and he's carrying the ball well, moving the chains. 9:25 left to go. Clock continues to roll. Again, a field goal can bring running clock into this. A safety, honestly, but I assume that's not going to be what brings it. That's what we were talking about up here in the press box during halftime. A lot of people wondering why did they not just go for two to try and get running clock right out of the gate, but they decided against it, and now here we go. Benedictine's still going to fight for these yards as much as they can. Solid pickup that time of about 4, maybe 5. And yeah, call it 5. They're halfway there, bringing up a second down and 5 more. Shakers Band performing AC/DC and more here at John Carroll University, sticking with the same set list as they have shown over the past couple weeks. Another great show. See, that's the difference, is that when you have a big school, a big public school is going to give you phenomenal band performances, while Benedictine, the small private school, is going to give you the great athletic performances of that able to recruit private school. Here's a throw, and here's a first down. Once again, he was almost double covered. One man was swooping in from between the hash marks. The pass is complete, and it's another first down for the Bengals. This Shaker defense has struggled to stop them all night long on the ground, through the air. Still yet to see a turnover, while Shaker has given up 3, 2 interceptions from Quinn Malone, 1 from Jasir Edie. And we've seen almost interceptions all night long from those two quarterbacks as well. They're showing run here. Are they going to? They're going to pitch it to the left side, and it's fumbled. Luckily for Benedictine, it's going to be Hobbs to hop right back on the football before anything gets too out of hand. But that was close. I just said that was their... They've had no turnovers here tonight. Almost commentator jinxed them right there. They almost brought a fumble into the party. That was their first negative yards play of the night. Very different as compared to Shaker. I mean, as a total, they had 123 yards in that last half. 79 of those yards were on one single play. It was that passing touchdown that went to Cornell Beard. That'll get them back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe just a bit up in front, bringing it to a third down and much more manageable. It was 20 yards to go originally. Now it's going to be 10 more yards to go. 6.5 remaining here in this third quarter, and you can tell Benedictine just kind of taking time off the clock while they can. And again, even if Shaker stops him here, a field goal would bring one running clock as well. 2 receivers far to the near side, 1 to the left side. They're going for the touchdown in that back corner of the end zone. They tried it earlier as well, and just like last time, doesn't work out. 6 minutes, 8 seconds left to go. Clock stops now, but they're going to bring out the field goal unit led by Bryce Mighton, the senior. And so far, he missed a field goal early on. It seemed like a chip shot field goal. It came from the 15-yard line. Now this one's actually going to be 5 more yards deep, as it's going to be kicked from the 20-yard line. Here it flies. It has the distance. And this time it is up, and it is good. Bring running clock into the game, as it is now a 32-point deficit. Benedictine leads 39-7. We're going to step aside as the kickoff teams come out to the field. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call from John Carroll University. Mighton getting his team situated for the kickoff. Again, it's going to be running clock, and we already got the clock running as we speak. Here's the kickoff. It's a bit short. It's going to take a bounce at the 20. Picked up by Cornell Beard, and he'll go within the hash marks, cutting to the inside. Typically not the best of ideas, but that time, oh, actually that time no different. It's going to run into a wall of Benedictine jerseys. And with 5:32, the clock will stop. Shaker down by 32 points. So Shaker's offense needs to get cooking now. Jasir Edie is going to be leading the offense once more. Malone had his chance, and, well, it didn't exactly go the way he had probably hoped for. Here's Jasir Edie looking for the dump-off pass to his right. He finds Cornell Beard, makes one man miss, and now he's going to go for a couple more yards, making about a gain of 5, maybe 6, as a Benedictine Bengal shoves him down out of bounds, and the flag goes up in the air and hits the turf. So that should give a couple more yards to the Raiders. We're about to find out. And indeed, it's going to be a personal foul on Benedictine. Five minutes to go. Again, the clock will continue to roll no matter what. Now that it is a 30-point deficit, actually now it's a 32-point deficit. But if it's 30 plus, you get the gist. Here's Jasir Edie, pressured in the pocket. Is he just going to take off and run it? Now he stops just before getting out of the sideline, and there's another interception for the Benedictine defense. Once again, that's 2 per quarterback, 4 in total. He was looking for Cornell Beard down the sideline. He got nothing except for the gloves of a man in blue. Wow. It has not been a good day through the air for Shaker. Four and a half remaining in this third quarter. Again, that clock will roll for as long as we can continue with a 30-point deficit. Benedictine back to work, and they're going to run it. That's the smart move. It's been working, and it's also going to take more time off the clock, even if there wasn't running clock. And now it looks like we're getting a lot of backups in on the Benedictine side. Makes sense. The starters have really just, as the generation says, they've really cooked this Shaker defense. And there's no getting around it. This has been all Benedictine. And now we'll see if even their backups are able to get the job done at this point. We're about to find out. And here's a run up the middle, first down, and here comes some more as, again, that O-line will power on through up near midfield. They're in that center circle of where the GCU logo lies here at the Don Shula Stadium of John Carroll. Their quarterback wearing number 15. Giovanni. It's Giovanni Iacampo. And he's a smaller build, but he's still able to make these passes. And he's going to be probably the second most efficient quarterback of the night, which is terribly unfortunate considering we've seen both Shaker quarterbacks go out there. And they definitely weren't one. Giovanni Iacampo, a sophomore, wearing number 15. And you can see this guy. He is not tall compared to his receivers. His running back is, I believe, taller than him. And he's going to give it off to his running back, who stood to the right in the backfield, and that's also a backup, Cord Blair, another sophomore. So Shaker now taking on the backups. Still driving is this Benedictine offense with less than 2 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Not a day to remember if you're a Shaker football fan. And it doesn't look like it's going to get any better, especially if all the backups are going to keep driving and have just as many points as your starters on offense did already through one drive. There's a lot to talk about during this game. And here's another run forward. Up that left hash mark, and they call it another first down. It was another run to Blair, that sophomore running back linebacker duo. And it looks like that last play will be the last one of the quarter. Shaker now losing by 32. Benedictine still with the ball. They're going to switch sides of the field and go to the end zone of where your screen lies. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. Shaker getting destroyed by Benedictine at the moment. .12 minutes remaining here in this football game. Shaker down by 32. Here's a good throw to the right side to number 9, Tyrell O'Neal, their tight end, who actually had a target deep earlier in the game. But now, here he is out with the backups, including the smaller build of a quarterback, number 15, Giovanni Iacampo. And again, it's going to be running clock more than likely all throughout this fourth quarter of play. With the way Shaker's offense has going, no scoring in sight, at least for the near future. 11-11, Make-A-Wish left to go here in the fourth and final quarter. Here's a run to Blair to the right side, just out of that right hash mark. And he'll be stopped short of a line to gain. He only got a yard, so he's got 2 more to go. Third down and 2, maybe 3, actually more closer to 3. Well, can Shaker's defense hold him to a field goal once again? We're about to find out. Total yards so far, Shaker on offense, 136 yards. Benedictine, 378. And 79 of those yards, so over half of Shaker's entire offense, came from that one passing touchdown to Cornell Beard. He's been putting the team on his back lately. I mean, there's no way of getting around that. Here's a pitch to the left side, near side. Blair goes down before much more can happen. And typically after a big stop like that, Shaker is going to get amped up. But all life from the fans and from the players here at Shaker, there's just not really momentum anymore. There's no energy from this Shaker side. The fans, the players, and here we are. Iacampo will remain out there with his offense. Can they get 5 yards to pick up a first down? Why not go for it? Less than 10 minutes to go in a running clock football game. Let the backups have a chance to make something happen, or maybe Shaker will just do it by themselves. It looked off sides, but actually Benedictine took a timeout, so Shaker will not shed any more tears there on an offsides. So we'll step. We get the timeout break. 9:12 left to go in quarter number 4. Shaker down 37 at Carroll University. Fourth down, 5 yards to go. The backups with an opportunity to drive down the field and score. It's Giovanni Iacampo, the backup quarterback, leading his offense. Right now to a 4th and 5. The pitch to the right side to Blair, and Shaker will get a stop. Big 4th down stop will bring us to a change of possession. And Shaker's offense that has not found much success here tonight, they'll get another chance. They have not had a drive here tonight that has been consistently moving down the field. It was one big play that brought us to 7 points. Other than that, it has been very one-sided as Shaker's got nothing except for that big rushing play. Here's a running play to the near side. That wasn't Cornell Bryant. Yes, that is indeed the case. That's number 6, Landon Bryant. Marked actually on the varsity roster as a wide receiver, but he's been getting some of these touches. Someone else that gets the touches as well is Rayhan Johnson. Again, last year they had someone like Caden King to rely on as well, making a lethal type of running back room. It was kind of that Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb type of stuff. This time a throw to the near side is incomplete. But now without Caden King, and now it's just Cornell Beard, we haven't seen many other names in the backfield other than Cornell Beard, and, well, that's what's made him light up score sheet throughout this season, and, well, today he's the only one that did light up the score sheet for Shaker. Less than 8 minutes remaining. Again, running clock even after these incompletions. Jasir running to the left side. He does a pump fake. Now he'll just flip this one out of bounds into the Shaker sideline. And who will come out? It'll be the punt team. Well, if anyone adds something to their highlight reel tonight, maybe it'll be Lucas White, the punter for Shaker, as he has had a great many chances to make his presence known on the field. Number 88, Andrew Mullen hasn't had too much because he's the kickoff man, and he hasn't been able to take any big field goals either. Here in the third quarter, Shaker through the air, 3 for 15. That brings us to another fourth down. And that's on a really good punt from Lucas White, and it'll be touched up between the 35 and the 40. We'll see where they officially mark it. Less than 7 minutes to go. The clock will stop for a change of possession. Shaker still down by 32 after another 3 and out. A one-sided affair will bring the Bengals offense out once more. And again, it'll be with the backups and Iocampo leading at the quarterback position. And here's the run. To the right side, it's Blair. He's going to break one tackle and eventually make his way close to midfield, but actually, I believe he's still going to be short of that first down as well, and short of the 45. It's going to be 44 where the ball is officially marked. He's 3 yards short of the line to gain, 2nd and 3. Shakers fans have thinned out. Same kind of thing. On the Benedictine side, they know they have won this game. And unless Shaker has the most remarkable comeback in high school football history, it seems. I mean, this one's going to the team in blue. Here's a run up the middle, trying to push forward, but they're still going to be short as they're held back around the 45-yard line. Less than 5.5 left to go in the football game. It's going to be a 3rd down, and they're actually going to give him a solid gain of 1. So 3rd down, 2 to go. Incredible game if you're Benedictine. I mean, again, 4-7 was their record last season. This is only their 2nd season with this head coach. And here they are. Same coach. Obviously, same program. And they are turning it around from 4-7 to right now. They're going to start through the first half of the season at 4-1. Shaker, on the other hand, completely different story. They were 7-3 in the regular season last year, and now here they're going to be starting off 2-3 after last year. I believe they had a winning streak over the first 5 games of the season. It was incredible. There were no expectations for this Shaker team, and Abdullah Ahmad exceeded all expectations. Again, broke records, and so now here is Jasir Eady and Quinn Malone and this Shaker offense. And this time, Benedictine going to push forward for a big 1st down past midfield. But, excuse me, again, there were just no expectations on Shaker, and they exceeded them. But now when Abdullah Ahmad leaves, and a lot of starting seniors have left, like Aiden Murray went to go play at Purdue, big Big Ten program. And now totally different offense, an offense that has been struggling, especially when they have gone up against some sort of expectations. Well, it's not time to kneel it down just yet. Benedictine going to continue to run, but they're a big defensive play behind the midfield stripe. Shaker will only clap in appreciation for the play. Though, again, if it was a tense situation, that stop would be huge, and that would be giving Shaker a ton of energy. Again, just not that same kind of mindset here tonight. Again, it was an expected result. Benedictine in Ohio in those state rankings per max preps, 89. Shaker has fallen all the way back over these last couple of weeks, back to 305. Here's a great rollout throw from the pocket, and it'll go right on by the receiver. So bring it down to a third and call it 15 yards to go. So the men in blue, they really only need one first down. With one more first down, they are able to just kneel this one down and call it a night. This would be probably the shortest game we've seen. This one started at 7:30. Again, Shaker thought it would be a 7 o'clock, but it was 7:30 start time, and we're only 2 hours and 10 minutes from when kickoff was. Now Benedictine going to take a timeout with 1 minute and 23 seconds remaining. We're going to step aside as Benedictine's squad talks things over here at John Carroll. My name is Vaughn Ullum on the microphone. "83 seconds remain here in the football game. What will Benedictine do here at the running clock situation? They're going to hike this one, a run up the middle. Shaker's defense does blow it up before it gets anywhere back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a fourth down. And so what will Benedictine do? It looks like they're more than likely going to punt it away. Unless they decide to go for it. You might as well. And the quarterback comes over to the near sideline. But I believe he's going to go back and return to his team out on the field. 50 seconds remain. Again, one more first down. This one's over. Here at the Don Shula Stadium, Shaker was looking for their first win since week 2. They beat Willoughby South, then they beat Brush. That win against Brush was honestly quite nerve-wracking. But it was still a win nonetheless. And now we're going to get a timeout on Benedictine once again. Once again, we're going to step aside. Vaughn Ullum on the call here from JCU in University Heights, Ohio. Shaker down 39-7. This right here could be the final play of the football game, 4th and 16. They're going to pitch it to the near side, devastating block, and they are going to be short of the line to gain. 26 seconds remaining in the football, going to be turned over on downs to Shaker. Shaker down 32. What are they going to do here? Do you just knee it down, call it a night? That's not typically head coach Alex Nicholson's plan. Typically, he's going to make his offense work for it. Who does he throw out on offense? It's going to be Quinn Malone once again. Give him one last chance to try and prove himself in what has been a very shaky game for both quarterbacks. Again, 2 picks per side, per quarterback, I mean. And here's a run. They were looking to go up the middle that time with number 39 of Shaker, John Scales, his first carry of the whole season. And I don't think they're going to run another play. At least they don't have to with 10 seconds remaining. The clock continuing to roll. 5 seconds now. Will they run another play? 2, 1, and they decide to run another play. That's an interesting decision. And John Scales runs for 2, and that's the game. Well, it wasn't pretty. If you're a Shaker football fan, it was very, very pretty. If you're a Benedictine fan, here at John Carroll University, Shaker came in, and they got beat at every aspect of the game, in passing and in running. Let me hit you with the stats before we sign off for the night. The total yards of the night, 143 for Shaker, when, again, 79 of those yards came from one single play. It was Cornell Beard to get the passing touchdown that were the only 7 points for Shaker on the night. On the other end, Benedictine, 398 yards, just 2 shy of 400. They had an offensive explosion here tonight, though they didn't get too much more here in the second half. They didn't really need to, and they took it a lot easier, laid off their starters, threw in a lot of backups, as we saw Giovanni Iocampo come out, and he also was able to drive his team down the field with efficiency. He wasn't able to score too much, but he was able to get a lot done with his team. Shaker through the air, only 3 of 15, while Benedictine, 15 of 23 on the ground. Shaker, 4.9 yards per carry when Benedictine was 7. It was just a game where Shaker was beat from every side of the game, and they're just going to need to take this loss as something to just learn from. And they've been learning from their past losses. They had to eat that loss against Euclid, as Shaker will continue forward into GCC competition. They lost against Euclid 14-10. It was a close game, but still should not have lost to Euclid, and now they're going to take on a harder competition in Brunswick next week. We'll see how that goes. That'll be back at the Russell H. Rupp Stadium. I'll be on the call once again. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Vaughn Ullum. We will see you next Friday. Thank you.